and then you put it up on the art wall the next day. It was just kind of like,
We'll have to
I
display
walked
that.
in and I was like, oh my,
Remember nothing.
it's okay.
She came home and bragged about it later, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was proud of it. I didn't think it would go that well. People liked it a lot, and everybody came up to me and was like, that's so cool, where did you do it? Like, who's your model? I was like, me. But
Stayed up there 2.5 years.
yeah, we have a very good atmosphere happening in the art room right now. It's basically just what all of the works you're seeing here now, some in piles, but some are shown on the wall, and we like to hang up our work. So like when you walk in, you're basically just surrounded by art, and it's a great feeling. I mean, being surrounded by art is something I want to feel for the rest of my life.
And talking about the atmosphere of the class, and I assumed that was the original question that Jennifer was going to ask. Just not just as a class, but just each individual sitting here right now, we have very strong bond even outside the classroom environment, and we hang out a lot. We talk to each other a lot about private lives, and it's just that one part of this school, there's something about it that's very strongly bonded, I feel like, above that just classroom environment. Not to mention that we've been in the same class for one whole year, unlike many of the other classes where we have for a quarter or just 2-3 months. So that might be one reason why we're very strongly influenced by each other.
We're all very best friends. I trust each and every one of the honors art students with my life, basically. Like we've grown together as people, and you guys are a family to me in a way. I spent so much time with you that it's just kind of developed into a family relationship. It's nice.
I have a question off of that.
Mm-hmm.
How does that as a group help with the younger students? Is there any influence? Is there any interaction?
Actually, there's a lot because, I mean, I am a full-time art student at the new school, but I also TA with the younger classes, and they have so many funny questions for me. Like, I TA middle school, and a lot of them, like, at first, they're like, oh, no, boobs, like, don't show me. And I'm like, it's all right, like, it's a part of who I am, and I enjoy that part of me, like, it's fine. They have a lot of questions, but a lot of them are very hesitant. Like, they go about asking questions in a kind of way where they don't want to intrude on who you are as a person, but they go about it in such a funny way, really. They all are, very kind to me, and I would say as a bunch of middle schoolers and younger people in school, there's not that much kind of close-knitting family as there is in the high school. And there's not a lot of students at middle school who can claim that they want to do art for the rest of their life either. Like, I'm sure, I know when I was in middle school it wasn't like that. So they're all still trying to develop, their own people, who they are as a person. And maybe, perhaps, being surrounded by all of this artwork for, half a year, like a semester course, can inspire them, and it can trigger that creative flow. Like when you're in a creative atmosphere, creative thoughts come to you so naturally. So really it's about the environment. The younger students are they're very forth about it, but they do have a lot to learn.
I do have to add to that. I think we have 8th graders coming into 9th graders, 9th graders coming into 10th graders. And it seems like every year there's becoming more and more strength amongst them in the arts. The other thing I have to say, the elementary comes into our room twice a week. And they're amongst all of this artwork. And I've often kind of worried about that. But it's weird. The elementary kids don't see it.
Yeah,
They don't really, they're all around it. It's all around them. And often the honors kids are in there working. The elementary kids are in there. And they're a very dynamic group. And they don't see the sexuality. When they become junior high, they start to see it. And sometimes those are what I call teaching moments. When I have to teach to them about how we're going to respect the human body. It's not a joke. It's not funny. It's not goofy. And I don't want to see that. And they quite readily get serious about it. And I've even had some junior 7th and 8th graders that have tried to work on the anatomy books, starting to learn the figure, and being very serious about it. So that pleases me immensely. But there is definitely a strong influence from all of these kids, all the younger kids. It's not so immediately evident even to them, but I can see it being in the overlord position. I can see it very clearly.